Hey AIFS, what's up? It's Amelia. Today we're going to be talking more about the program AIFS and if you study abroad with them, kind of what is included in that. So I have my Richmond and Rome t-shirt on, so we're ready to go. So I studied abroad through AIFS. I studied at the University of Richmond, London in Rome. Slightly confusing, but just to clear that up. Something that's really great about going through AIFS is that you get an admissions officer and they kind of hold your hand and walk you through all of the steps of what it takes to study abroad. It can be incredibly overwhelming, all of the paperwork of obtaining your visa, things like that, and your admission officer is kind of your point person and they help you with any questions that you have and you can call them. I know I did, and I was like, I have these 3 questions, and they are so helpful and they answer all your questions and make sure that you get to the country you're studying abroad in safely and also well prepared. So that is wonderful. Another great thing about my program, specifically in Rome, was that I got to stay in an Italian apartment. And that was a great experience. Nice to kind of immerse myself in Italian culture by getting to stay in an Italian apartment building with other Italian neighbors and have my space there. I would say one of the best things about going through AIFS and the program was the meal plan. We had vouchers that were given to us at the beginning of every month, and we could use those at restaurants throughout the city. We would have our favorite restaurants that we'd use with our vouchers, and we would buy coffee and croissants with them, and also we could go out to dinner and lunch with them as well. So that was a great way to kind of budget myself while I was abroad. Also, the 2-week orientation that happens at Richmond is a wonderful experience. If you want to hear more about that, you can check out my first video, which is about the entire first 2 weeks and what that is like. It was a great introduction to Italian life and kind of let me adjust and go through culture shock before I had to jump into all my classes. Throughout the semester, those experiences that I had in the first 2 weeks with cultural activities don't end. They continue throughout the entire semester, and the school schedules different cultural activities, so I'll put some clips in for you guys to see some of those and what those looked like. They were amazing activities that we got to do, and that helped us experience culture and also just get to know people and have fun, because that is what being abroad is all about. So our program included 2 different excursions that were overnight. One was to Florence and one was to the Amalfi Coast. And they offer optional excursions. One that I did was to Krakow, Poland, but they also offered one to Venice, one to Sicily. And the ones that were included were really great. They provided all our transportation, our hotels, and then a couple of our meals. They were really fun to get to go with everyone from the program and get to know each other and experience some different Italian cities that we might not have gone to if it hadn't been easily provided for us by our school. The last thing I want to talk about is the staff at Richmond and Rome. They are incredible. Shout out to Marco, Kika, and Rosanna. You 3 really made my experience the best that it could be. They did help me and my friends out when we had questions or needed things. And also all of the interns at the school are Italian college students, and so I got to make a lot of friends with them, and I felt like I got to know the culture better by talking to them, getting to know them, and I felt like they were my interns in my class and they helped me with my Italian, but they were also my friends and I loved getting to know them as well. So going through AIFS was a perfect choice for me because it had structure, so I felt like I wasn't just alone by myself in a new country. I had people that I could go to with questions and that were looking out for me and were going to be there if I ever had an emergency or needed them at any time. So it was a wonderful experience. I will always cherish my time at Richmond and Rome through AIFS, and I hope that you consider it if you're thinking about studying abroad. So, ciao!